The Nart sagas are a series of tales originating from the North Caucasus. They form the basic mythology of the tribes in the area, including Abazin, Abkhaz, Circassian, Ossetian, Karachay-Balkar and Chechen-Ingush folklore. Etymology. The term Nart comes from the Ossetian name of Narts, Nartai, which is plural tantum of Na. The origin of the root Na is of Iranian origin, from Proto-Iranian Arfa hero, man, descended from Proto-Indo-European *hna. In Chechen the word Na means giant characters. Some of the characters who feature prominently in the sagas are Sosruko, Ossetian Soslan, a hero who sometimes also appears as a trickster; Satana, Ossetian, Satana, the mother of the Narts, a fertility figure and matriarch; Talepsh, a blacksmith deity; Sidon, a trickster figure compared by George Damezil to the Norse Loki; Parkamit, in Vaniki Pos, a blacksmith figure who steals fire from the gods for the mortals. Study and significance. The first written account of the material is due to the Kabbadian author Shura Begmers and Nogma. The stories exist in the form of prose tales as well as epic songs. It is generally known that all the Nart corpora have an ancient Iranian core inherited from the Scythians, Sarmatians, and Alans. However, they also contain abundant local North Caucasian accretions of great antiquity, which sometimes reflect an even more archaic past. Based especially on the Ossetian versions, the sagas have long been valued as a window towards the world of the Iranian-speaking cultures of antiquity. For example, the philologist George Damezil used the Ossetian division of the Narts into three clans to support his trifunctional hypothesis that the Proto-Indo-Europeans were similarly divided into three castes: warriors, priests, and commoners. The Northwest Caucasian versions are also highly valuable because they contain more archaic accretions and preserve all the odd details, constituting the detritus of earlier traditions and beliefs, as opposed to the Ossetian ones, which have been reworked to form a smooth narrative. Connections to other mythology. Some motifs in the Nart sagas are shared by Greek mythology. The story of Prometheus chained to Mount Kazbek Mount Elbrus in particular is similar to an element in the Nart sagas. These shared motifs are seen by some as indicative of an earlier proximity of the Caucasian peoples to the ancient Greeks. Also shown in the myth of the Golden Fleece, in which Colchis is generally accepted to have been part of modern-day Georgia. In the book From Scythia to Camelot, authors C. Scott Littleton and Linda A. Malka speculate that many aspects of the Arthurian legends are derived from the Nart sagas. The proposed vector of transmission is the Alans, some of whom migrated into northern France at around the time the Arthurian legends were forming. As expected, these parallels are most evident in the Ossetian versions, according to researcher John Carlerusso. See Historical basis for King Arthur, Sarmatian hypothesis for more details. Differences between Nart legends. There are some differences between the various versions of the Nart legends. For example, the Ossetian versions depict the Nartic tribe as composed of three distinct clans who sometimes rival one another, while the Circassian ones do not depict such a division. The Abkhaz ones are unique in describing the Narts as a single nuclear family composed of Satanayu's 100 sons. Yet all of these versions describe the Narts as a single coherent group of mostly good heroes. In contrast, the Nak legends sometimes depict the Nart Orksestkoi, a group including the most prominent Narts known from the other versions as warlike bandits, who fight against local good heroes such as Kaloykant and Kinder Shoah.